Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a video that I personally searched all the time when I was younger, and it is how to actually afford a horse. So today I'm basically going to be telling you my tips and tricks because obviously I am only 19 years old and I have solely paid for Molly since I was 17. So I'm just going to tell you my tips and tricks, basically how I did it. So I would just like to say I didn't actually start earning money until I was 16. I do find it hard in the UK to actually start earning money until you're around the age of 16, because around horses you need to be a certain age in order to work around them, because obviously them being unsafe and stuff like that. That's just for my area. But definitely what I did before then, while getting lessons, because I only started riding when I was 14, I would help out. So in order to help out, I would obviously gain experience, which I also think is a good idea. So gaining experience, obviously leading lessons, which no one ever likes, but I'm also getting free rides out of it. And that way I was getting an hour lesson my mum would pay for, and then also if I worked there for the whole day, I'd also get a half an hour free ride. So I was constantly committed and learning and wanting to learn. So yeah, for me personally, as soon as I turned 16, I actually got offered to work there, but that's because they were understaffed at that minute. So I started working there. I was on like £5 an hour, but every Saturday I was getting that was £5 an hour, like 35 quid. I was getting £35 a day every single Saturday, and then it turned into Saturday and Sundays. So I was working my bum off. I did not have a day off. I think I had one day off in like the 3 years of me working there. So I mean, I was committed. I was working every single day, and then in the summer holidays as well, I would work on the Wednesdays and the Thursdays. So I was working at least 4 to 5 times a week at that yard. So I was constantly making enough money, and I was also learning on the job as well, because I was only 16, 17 at that time, and I obviously still wasn't as experienced as I could be. Definitely step one, try and get yourself a yard job. They're actually very easy to come by, but a lot of people would rather someone over 18 or someone with transport. So as long as you can offer that you have transport and have the experience, then you can go out and get yourself a job. A lot of local riding schools allow you to work there and make money around 16. So I definitely would say around 16 years old you can start looking around in the riding schools. Other private yards, you kind of have to find word of mouth or Facebook. I know Facebook advertise, or you can advertise yourself, and you can put what experience you've done. You have transport. Transport is a very big thing, so as long as you say you have transport, I can guarantee you a lot of people will take you on, because they just don't want someone to let them down. So what I would say, the big chunk of the actual horse itself will be the most difficult thing to buy. So we're going to take the actual horse out of the equation, because obviously you can save up for ages, but it will be very difficult at a young age to buy a horse unless you're earning a stupid amount of money. So if you can, so what I did, I paid half for Molly, and then my grandparents paid for the other half, so we kind of met halfway, because no 17-year-old could pay for that. So they helped me out in that way, but I still had to show that I was committed. So if you can show and prove to your parents that you can pay up to 50% and work that hard to the 50%, then they might be willing to help you, and you have showed how committed you are into this horse. I would also say is don't waste your money on stupid things. Like, you don't need to buy expensive tack or expensive things for yourself. I would say buy either secondhand things are just as good, or you can buy more of the lower brand things. As long as they're comfortable for your horse, they will be fine. Like saddle pads, you don't have to buy Lemieux. You can buy, I don't know, an off-brand saddle pad. They do the same thing, they just, Lemieux seems to look more nicer for some people, whereas if you just get I think the company Rheingold, they're a lot more cheaper. I think that's how you say it anyways. So yeah, go for more of the cheaper things, like car boot sales if you're in my area, Berry Farm, always have boot sales on. So yeah, definitely consider boot sales because you can get some great bargains there because people just want to get rid of their stuff. I also would say, from my experience, a lot of people pay, like, if you know that you want more of a cheaper livery, instead, if you can find a place where it has grass livery, go for it. I know a lot of people pay a lot more money for their horse to have a stable when they really don't need it. Like, they have, you know, a good old, let's just say, cob. I have dealt with a lot of cobs that are very bargy in the stable and they want to be everywhere but the stable. They just don't like the stable, and that's okay. Some horses don't need to be in a stable. So if you don't need to put your horse in a stable, save a couple £100 and just have them out on grass livery. Like, as long as they have shelter in the field and water, and you're able to put hay out in the winter if they need it. But if they can live out 24/7, do it. You know what I mean? As long as you manage their weight correctly, which means you might have to section off their paddock in summer, and if you need to ride them a bit more in summer, if you need to do all of that, then go for it. But trust me, if you don't have a stable, it's a lot more less money. Like, livery proper drops from stabled livery to grass livery. So, and that will also save you on fuel because you don't have to go up every morning or anything like that. It will save you, and at the end of the day, as much as you like your horse in from the rain, they probably won't care, unless if they're a good doer, they can go out. Whereas if you have more of a thoroughbred who tends to shiver, or you have a sporty horse who tends to be stupid, then obviously you can't, for their own safety, bring them in. But honestly, let them live out 24/7 if they can. Obviously you have to go by what's healthy for them, but give it a go because it saves you so much money in the long run. Also, another thing is, for birthdays and Christmases, figure out what you need, because instead of asking for things you want, if you're in a position where you can't get a certain, if you know your shavings fork is about to break or it's on its way out and you really don't want to pay 30 quid to get a newer one, ask it for Christmas. Ask things from family members, obviously if it's not ridiculously expensive, but ask things you need instead of asking things for you that you want, and then that way that will come out more cheaper. As well, tip is, if your horse has come in with an injury, pebble spray it, cold hose it, do everything you possibly can in order to make sure it's clean, make sure it's completely antiseptic, everything. Sounds like when Molly was injured, I gave her a couple of days off because although she was fine, it was a tiny bit swollen, but she wasn't lame, she wasn't anything. Just don't ride them. Kind of let them chill, let their body sort it out, because if you rush it or just kind of stick some stuff on it and ride them and be like, it's fine, then that could lead to a much bigger injury. So I would say do as much as you can to medicate things yourself, unless it's like needing stitches or if it looks like they're proper broken, you know what I mean. But yeah, I definitely would say try and do your best in order to kind of like, you know, like purple spray is my best friend, or Sudocrem, or I don't know, like you can get these gels or these powders. You can do quite a lot instead of getting the vet, but obviously if it's like colic or something, then you will need a vet. Another little tip is that you can offer services. Now, if they have seen your riding and everything like that and you're insured, then you can offer to people on the yard for you to exercise their horses, or you can offer them that you can muck out, or you can offer them little services if you need, or little lessons. It depends what you are doing at the time, but definitely offer yourself out to people and be like, I don't mind doing this and it's cheaper than some other people, you know what I mean. Try and work. So like, I'm constantly working so I can pay for Molly and stuff like that. So yeah, just try and work as hard as you can, and then you can have the nice things, but you also can pay for your horse. And always have savings. That's what I always try and have savings, but I have a bit of a spending issue, so we don't need to talk about that though. But yeah, definitely try and be as sensible with money as possible, because every time when you splurge out on something, your horse will injure themselves. It's always the case. So just be prepared for any unexpected things and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope it helped. I hope I could have given anyone any ideas or anything for the summer, because definitely summertime is where you can work your hardest, because you have 7 days a week free pretty much if you're the age I am. So yeah, definitely try your best, work hard, and you will get your dreams. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.